selected again. Episode 5.
Excellent. What are the ingredients?
Chopp'd 5. I can't believe it's been 5 weeks.
Let's see. Joe, Mary Beth, Denise, Jonathan Barris. Congrats. You have been selected to participate in episode 5 of Chopp'd.
Congrats! You've been selected to participate in episode 5 of Chopp'd. Go me!
You have been selected to participate in episode 5 of Chopp'd. Actually, I was roped in, but that's besides the point.
Well, congrats! You've been selected to participate in episode 5 of Chopp'd. The ingredients are
coffee.
Coffee, ground, brewed, instant, any.
Coffee grounds. Back out right now.
Okay, I will. I'll back up. No worries.
Meat, any. Fresh herbs, any.
Fresh herbs, any, and mayonnaise. Lacey.
Meat. Anything I want. Fresh herbs. Anything I want. Okay, so coffee, meat, and herbs. I can do plenty with that.
Fresh herbs, any type. Mayonnaise. Oh, okay. All right.
mayonnaise. What the heck, Lacey?
Coffee, meat, fresh herbs, and mayonnaise. All right.
Welcome back to Conifree's Kitchen. I think we have a good plan for today.
Buongiorno. Benvenuti. Welcome again. And this is my kitchen.
Coach Dottori here, and I'm coming to you from Warrior Country. And this is Dottori's Bella Cucina.
All right, welcome to Katie Hegel's kitchen.
Welcome to my kitchen. For those of you that don't know who I am, although I'm not really sure how that's possible, I'm Bill Hoover from the math department. So I live in a condo. My kitchen's a little small. It's kind of just a galley here. I hate the countertops. Countertops are really, really ugly. They always look dirty. I replaced the appliances last year though, so I get a nice oven there. My new fridge. Funny story though, I did not replace the microwave because this microwave right here, 15 years old and still going.
So here we are in my kitchen in sunny Somerville. I love working in my kitchen because it's bright and it also gives me lots of room to do the cooking I like to do, even though I am not a great cook.
This is the McKenna Kitchen.
Welcome.
Hello, welcome back to the Pond Family Kitchen. Here's where we're gonna cook today.
Welcome to Chopp'd, the cottage edition. This is my kitchen up here at the lake, and this is where I'm gonna make dinner for tonight.
And this is my kitchen.
Would you look at that? Everything is perfectly placed right here.
All right, I need some fresh herbs.
So I'm going to start with the coffee because this is where we keep the good coffee. And my kid used all the coffee. So now we have to go to the family coffee pot.
All right, so I've got some mayonnaise.
All right, ingredients. Oh, happy Star Wars Day. Gotta have the Darth Vader apron to cook with, of course.
So, first, I am going to get my fake meat out of the fridge, which, yes, it does look like dog food. And we are also going to use red onions and garlic.
Okay, let's see. I need, I've got to get some mayo and
Steak. Coffee. This is not chock full of nuts. This is from Kathmandu. We're just using the container.
All right, Cosmo. Ready to find the ingredients? Yeah? Okay, let's go. Let's look.
Let's see what we got here.
Mayonnaise, meat.
All right, so while we wash our hands, I'm gonna make chicken with a bunch of spice stuff on it from Google.
So today I'm going to be making a chicken casserole.
So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make I'm gonna call it Maxwell House Crusted Pork Chop.
Do a dry spice rub on my pork loin.
Sorry about the backlight. But I think what I've decided to do is make a burger. And the burger I'll make with ground beef, and I'll be able to put some herbs in the actual burger mix. And I'll do the herbs on the side with a salad too, because I don't have the potatoes I need to make fries. But I'll be able to crust the burger with the coffee and then make like a spread with the mayo.
I'm gonna make some sort of meaty, spinachy, cheesy spanakopita thing with phyllo pastry.
I think I'm gonna do like a breakfast crepe. I think that might work.
I'm gonna make a New York sirloin with a coffee spice rub.
I'm going to make is a pork chop with coffee and molasses rub.
I'm going to use the coffee with a variety of other spices and rub it on the steak, which I'm going to cook using by sous vide.
I'm making a steak and cheese, and my steak will be prepared with a dry coffee rub. And I'm gonna toast my bread using a mayo herb sauce.
So my sous chef Charlie is taking some espresso rub.
My chicken is cooked and I have the broccoli here, they're already made. So now it's going to be really easy. I'm going to combine the chicken, the parsley, the broccoli, mayonnaise. I'm going to put some lemon in it, cream of chicken, nutmeg, salt and pepper, and then I'm going to top it with cheddar cheese.
Okay, before we start to cook the pork, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the coffee. You can see the pork rub is already here. I'm going to add my Maxwell House coffee blend into the rub.
For my spice rub for the pork loin, I've got a bunch of spices right here. I've got some garlic salt, chipotle, cayenne, smoked paprika.
I've put together a little salad. I've got some arugula in there, and some red pepper, some carrot, some pickled red onion. No tomato because raw tomatoes are gross.
First thing I did was I mashed up my meat and I sauteed the onions and garlic in some olive oil, and I'm gonna put it in and saute that first.
So I kind of got everything together that I'm gonna need. I'm gonna put some ground, the actual coffee grinds with the hamburger and the chives and salt and pepper. I'm going to saute that. And then I thought I would make a crepe out of some Jiffy Mix, some coffee, and an egg.
What do you got in the rub there, Rick?
Coffee, brown sugar, chili powder, cumin, garlic powder, onion powder.
I'm cheating because I don't know how to cook with coffee, and I found this recipe for a coffee molasses pork chop, and apparently I have to brew this coffee. I have no idea how to brew coffee, so we're gonna try this out.
And I mixed it all in the bowl, and then I rubbed it onto these steaks.
I just chopped up one large onion and cried a little bit.
The recipe said frozen corn. I'm just doing this.
We have a Keurig machine, we have an espresso machine.
So now we're going to put them on the grill, about 7 minutes each side. We'll flip them off and then we'll take them out in the house in about 14-15 minutes.
Okay, so now that I have scored the pork loin roast, I am going to use my dry rub.
And it goes right in, right off the spoon. To finish up the dressing, I'm gonna put in a little bit of Dijon mustard. I need a half teaspoon, but my half teaspoon spoon got caught in the garbage disposal. So, because math kids, 2/4 make 1/2.
Now that this is browned a bit, I'm gonna put in some coffee.
And now I'm gonna put some cold coffee in, and I put an egg in, and I'm just gonna mix it.
Right here I have potato, I have a little bit of butter, and I am going to put a little bit of half and half. We don't have milk in the house, only have almond milk, so I'm going to use a little half and half.
Update number 2. I think I've got the coffee going. Maybe.
I vacuum sealed my steak. I've set up my sous vide. I'm gonna cook these at 120 degrees for 2.5 hours. And I'm just gonna weight down the steaks to make sure that they stay under the water with this special rock.
Okay, so I just cut up the rosemary, thyme, and the dill and mixed in 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise and cut it all in.
Mexican street corn. This actually looks pretty good. But I have a recipe, okay? Like I said, I'm not playing any games today.
As you can see, we have a nice little crust going on each side, and we're going to put them in the plate here.
So I just took my pork loin roast out of the oven, and I'm going to make sure that the temp is at least 145, 150, which it just about is.
So this rub has the coffee, some brown sugar, some chili powder, some salt, some onion powder, some pepper, and then my favorite, this red stuff right here, smoked paprika.
So my intention was to use phyllo pastry, but they didn't have any. Like, why during coronavirus would they run out of phyllo pastry?
And I'm gonna wait for it to bubble. And then I'm going to do my best to flip this.
These are about 1-inch steaks, so I try to do 5 minutes per side, and then with the tongs try to feel if they're cooked all the way through. I try not to cut the meat because it's not good for it. It'll let all the juices out.
The fries are in the oven, the pork chops are on this little griddle, and the marinade is going in a pan to be cooked into a glaze. So I'm really bad at grilling and cooking, so I'm just trying not to burn these.
I'm gonna have to split it in half because I do not know how to flip. I'm not good at this. Oh, shoot.
I'm gonna put some olive oil and red wine vinegar and then some basil on it. Over here I have some parboiled cut up potatoes. I've made a mixture of milk, mayonnaise, Parmesan cheese, and cracked peppers.
Put this in the freezer for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour just to chill, so it's easy to shave off for the steak and cheese.
And I'm making my double espresso for my dessert.
It wouldn't be a pork chop without some red garden grown red peppers.
Go well. Okay, that one might work.
Ooh, look at this.
So I buttered my skillet, toasted a bun on there, and on my kind of skillet grill pan here that I use since I don't have a grill, I've already cooked one side of the burger, sizzling away, and the other side is working away right now. So I think I'm ready to add the cheese. Good old American, melts really well. Is there any other cheese for a burger?
So I'm going to take my square of puff pastry and put a little dab on there. I'm going to stick some crumbled goat's cheese on top. I am going to fold it into a triangle, and then apparently I am going to score the edges to squish it together.
We'll kind of fudge with that one a bit.
So I lit the grill and I threw the steaks on just long enough for them to get a good color going.
So I'm gonna put the onions to one side and then the steak to the other side, and then cook the steak, and then we're gonna toast my bun and then put it all together, kind of chop it up and put the cheese in it too.
We did it. So we have our chicken that has the espresso rub and other stuff on it.
Affogato means drowned. So basically, the vanilla ice cream is being drowned by the coffee. In fact, I already have some vanilla ice cream in there, and I put 2 shots of espresso. I'm going to put 1 more scoop of vanilla ice cream.
These look just about done, and they look delicious.
So I'm going to plate my delicious food. I've cut a couple pieces.
So this is mayo, to use one of the ingredients again. Some yellow mustard and a little bit of pickle juice to thin it out. It's one of my favorite things to put on a burger. So I'll put some of that on the top bun. No.
Okay, here we are. Okay.
Now I'm going to take the grape. You didn't see that, it fell on the floor. And I'm going to plate it. So I'm going to put the sauce inside.
Potato, Brussels. So here we are plating. We've got the sweet potato fries, the pork chop. We bougie, so we got aioli and little ramekins.
So the steak's off the grill, potatoes are out of the oven, basil mozzarella, tomato salad on the plate.
All right, so I separated my portion and started toasting my bread and put the cheese on there.
Challenge accepted, Lacey.
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 Okay, Lacey and Beres, challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted, Lacey. My final dish is, of course, a drink for breakfast.
That's good. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted, Lacey and Barris.
So, as much as I hate coffee, challenge accepted, Lacey.
Lacey, challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted, Lacey.
Welcome back to Chopp'd, WHS Culinary Arts, Warrior Cafe, TV department, Chopp'd. This is getting great. So all of you did a great job this week, even in the rough cut version. I'm impressed. There's Joy. So we're gonna go around, tell us how you did. I'll choose who's who and whatever, and we'll get moving. I'm a little frantic right now. I was late because I have an issue with one of my children, and even grown, they're difficult. God knows. Anyway.
Amen to that, Susan.
All right. So let's see, let's go with Raisa first. So how was it this week, Raisa?
We didn't need takeout, which was great. We did the chicken with the espresso rub and some different spices, and then Mexican street corn for the other ingredients.
Yeah.
And it all came out really good. I did cheat. I used a recipe. I had to. We had to eat.
Yeah, it looked good. So you ate it for dinner and it was all good.
It was delicious. No food poisoning, nothing burned. It was great.
Awesome. That's great. Good. How about you, Mr. Dottori? Finally got you into this.
Yeah, you finally rigged me in. It was good. It was delicious, actually. The kids ate it. I ate it after it was done.
Yeah.
When I was doing the rub, I was concerned that how much the coffee would overtake the other spices. So the measuring piece there was kind of shaky, but it was fine. It was fine. You could barely taste the coffee. So it came out good.
Good. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as random an ingredient as you might have thought, because there are lots of rubs that do include coffee. And so I'm glad it kind of worked out. It all looked great. I'm trying to go alphabetically by looking at you all, and I'm having a hard time. Katie, I think you're next.
So I made a pork loin roast for the first time, and it was delicious. And I don't know if it made the cut, but I also made a slaw with a cilantro, lime, chili, and it was absolutely delicious. I had fun, and it was successful. So
Good.
yeah.
Good. Would you make it again?
Absolutely. I was thinking that it was so easy because you just do the rub on the meat, throw it in the oven, make sure the temp. Like, it would be a great thing to serve if you were having guests. So.
Yeah. Good. Nice. What about you, Bill?
How about me?
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was fun. I mean, I had two ideas when I saw the ingredients. I was either going to go steak or go burger. And honestly, I didn't do a steak because I was afraid if the coffee made it taste horrible, I didn't want to ruin a steak.
Right.
So I figured, but funny enough, like I didn't really taste the coffee in the burger, but it gave it a good crust when I like grilled it up.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so it kind of gave a really good like outside crunch. But I mean, I had a good time with it. I had a harder time filming than I did coming up with an idea for the food.
Good. Good. Yeah. I like your comment about tomatoes.
Yeah.
I think John is on the same page with you on that.
It explains a lot.
Yeah.
Raw tomatoes are gross, but salsa's fine. Go figure.
I'm with him on that. I can't.
But I also liked your sauce too, the pickle juice.
Oh, I know.
Mayo and mustard.
Right? I'm gonna try that.
So good.
That was a good. Now you do that, and you've done that before.
I've done that before. I mean, I've made a burger before, but like, I don't usually toss herbs into the meat. But I like a thin patty, so it didn't like burn the herbs. I wouldn't put it in there. I think if I was cooking something that needed to cook for longer.
Right. Right. Would you be willing to try that on a steak now that you've tried it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like I'll add, like when I salt pepper a steak, now I'll just add some instant coffee in there, and I got a good crust.
There you go. Good. Good. How about you, Jill?
It was
good.
fun.
Good
I had a
job.
great time.
Yeah.
It was, I wanted to do something using fake meat because I don't eat real meat.
Right.
And so the stuff that looked like real hamburgers was actually Beyond Meat. It still has the texture of meat, so I really don't like it. So I put in as little as possible. I like the spinach in it, although I probably could have chopped it more, and the goat's cheese on top. It was supposed to be spanakopita, but for whatever reason, there's no phyllo pastry in the supermarkets at the moment. I don't understand why there's a run on it during COVID-19. So I went with puff pastry, so it was a little bit of uncertainty, but it really was delicious. And I particularly loved the kind of dressing that went with it, like the dipping sauce, which was yogurt, mayonnaise, fresh parsley, and fresh chives. And that was like a really nice green goddess kind of thing. So it was fun. And I still have a lot of the puff pastry left over. I would absolutely do it again. I would probably use something other than Beyond Meat. The coffee was good in it. It was just a little bit of a taste. And, you know, some tomato paste and, you know, kind of veggie broth. And it was good. I enjoyed doing it. Thank you to my 21-year-old daughter. Or else I wouldn't be here because she did all the videoing. It was great. It was loads and loads of fun, and it was delicious.
That's awesome. Lucia.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good to see you again.
Thank you.
How did you do?
Say it again.
How did you do? How was it?
I did fine. It tasted really good, but it was really, really messy. Like for me, it's a little bit both the taste and the way I can display it. And it was like a disaster when it came to that. And there was a lot more of the footage where I'm just laughing hysterically because I couldn't get the scoop of ice cream into the cup correctly. And then it was just a mess. But it tasted really, really good, and I had a lot of fun, like usual.
Yeah. The ice cream would be, I would want that right now. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. With coffee, it was really good.
Yeah. Good. Let's see, Emmy. Emmy, you're next.
Well, it was fun. It actually tasted so much better than it looked. Because I did I was brave and I actually sauteed the coffee grounds with the hamburger.
Yeah.
And pepper. And I know that in Cuban food, they use a lot of coffee and coffee grounds. So I had no recipe. I was just like winging it.
Good, good.
But if I made it again, I would, when I made the crepe, and it did fall on the floor.
Hey, Julia.
Second roll.
I cannot obviously plate food, but I did have another one, thank God. But I wouldn't put, I actually had fine ground coffee in that as well. I wouldn't have done that. I would have preferred a lighter crepe with the meat in it. But the sauce came out really great with the mayo and the Worcestershire sauce, and it was awesome.
Yeah, good. Okay, that sounds great. Let's see, Joy. No, sorry, McKenna's. I'm so sorry. McKenna's.
So I really liked the coffee on the steak. I thought it, we were talking about it when we were eating. It's like I could taste the coffee. It also tasted a little smoky and had spice to it with all the different spices that Rick put into that. I was thrilled with my twice baked potatoes. I've never done that before. I can't believe it. Maybe because, being from such a big family, after my mom made mashed potatoes or baked potatoes, she was done. Yeah. So that was really good. Having that. And then, but I still feel I'm struggling at times with the camera. Like I can film Rick and I can set up the tripod for certain things, but I feel like I'm constantly chopping off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling with the angles and so forth, but I thought it was fun. I thought we did a good job. It was an all day affair in between different things that we had to do around the house. It started at like 7:30 a.m. and I think it finished at 7:15 p.m. So it's interesting how we got our pieces in there.
Well, the two of you work really well together. I love seeing the two of you cook together.
It was fun.
Yeah, that's great.
We've never done aioli, so that was really good. And it didn't have a twang to it, but it had a nice smooth flavor.
Yeah, it was really good.
With the steak and the coffee rub, it was excellent.
Really? That's great. See, you've come up with a whole new something to make for dinner.
Right.
That's great. Good. I guess Joy is next.
So I didn't like the coffee.
Okay.
On the steak.
All right. You're allowed.
And I was more suspicious of the mayonnaise in the potatoes, but the potatoes came out really good.
Yeah.
And the steak was awesome. I just don't think I'd do the coffee rub again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The potatoes looked fabulous. I love the way that you arranged them in the pan.
Right.
Very, very chefy. Very cool. Good job. All right, Sam.
Hey,
All right.
our first student. Round of applause, everybody.
Hooray!
Thank you. All right. So reading it like coffee and steak, or I use steak, but meat. I instantly thought about putting like a coffee rub or marinating a steak in coffee because I knew that was something that people used to do like in the 1900s, and I wanted to marinate a steak in coffee and then just cook it and then serve it like that, but I wanted to be a little bit more creative. So I did steak and cheese, and I knew that I wanted to put like a mayo herb kind of sauce, like mixture to toast the bread, because that's something that Miss Lacey taught me.
It looked so good.
I
Thanks.
couldn't make that.
It was really good.
Thanks. You did a good job. It looked very appetizing when it was finished. The finished
It
product.
was.
Great. Yeah.
That's a great tip about freezing the meat so you can cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard that. That was awesome.
Thanks,
How'd you learn that?
I just watch a lot of cooking YouTube videos, and people just tell me to do that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Sam,
It's a good tip.
Sam, you're supposed to say you learned that in culinary.
I know.
Lacey.
He gave me one credit for something he learned from me anyway. But putting the herbs in the mayonnaise and then using that to grill, that was a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've hit you all. I think I got you.
Katie.
Oh my gosh, Katie Pond, I skipped right over you. I'm so sorry.
It's all good, no worries. But yeah, it was tough. I like don't know coffee well enough, so I was like, I can't even make something up. I had to look up a recipe too. And I was like, oh my god! And now I have to brew the coffee. I thought it was a rub, but then I had to brew coffee. I accidentally turned my oven off when I tried to shut the timer off for my sweet potato fries, so they were not crunchy. But it came out really good. I was really happy, and I think the brewed coffee and the marinade made it less, especially because it was with molasses too. The coffee didn't show through as much in the flavor, but it shone through enough that you could still taste it, and it was really good. So new thing to cook, so I'm excited.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good combination with the strong flavors of the molasses and the coffee together. That's a good combo. Yeah, that's great. So you all would pretty much make what you made again.
Absolutely. Yep.
And everybody who ate your food liked it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It was a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good. I like the dessert. Thank you, Lucia.
Yeah.
Time.
We might be-
for dessert.
Yeah, exactly. Eat dessert first. Life is short. Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think y'all did great this week. I'm looking forward to the finished product and on to the next one.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Who do we call out this week? It didn't work last week. We called out Rozzy and Trahan, and they still wimped out.
They still haven't.
Oh,
We got Hoover though.
We got Hoover.
And Jill.
And we got
Yeah.
Jill, and we got Gus.
You know, Katie Melanson has a brand new kitchen at home.
Does she?
Done and done. Get Katie on this.
Yeah,
She's
Katie.
gonna kill me now. but-
Yeah.
Okay.
We need more math people. Anybody else in foreign language that might do this?
James. Yeah. What?
Oh,
We're
James
gonna
is
get
good.
James.
And what about Bridget? She cooks.
He does
I
cook.
know.
Yeah. Bridget Reed, go attack her, Jonathan.
No, everybody, all Chop fans out there, text all these people and let's harass them to sign up.
Yes. Yes.
Fun.
And I'm thinking I might want another student in next week. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Great.
Love it.
Sam,
We'll
who
just show
would
us
you?
all up again.
Yeah. Who would you nominate, Sam?
Drake,
Drake.
John Summers,
Definitely.
or let's do Peterson.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, I was talking to them all earlier and I told John you were in this. And John was like, well, what about me? So maybe we'll give
Yeah.
it to John.
He wants
I
in.
love it. I love having a student on here. I think it's
Yeah, I
great.
do
Give me a
too.
cup of coffee.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's more
Okay.
about cooking than me.
Yeah. Are we good?
I think we're good, guys. Thanks for doing again, and I hope to see you guys again for another episode of Chopp'd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love everybody.
Good job.
Bye.
Bye.